Even the Army can't stop that creature.
No, but maybe we turtles can, with a little rocket power.
Someone keeps eating my yogurt.
What kind of yogurt?
I was saving that for after my run, David.
Oh my god, I guess I was saving it for during your run then.
Hey, Robbie, we're not going to bust her chops for trying to impress a girl.
I can't believe she's dead.
It's Hard-Headed Sports with Spinny and Fetty Bus. Famous for their podcasts, you can now catch them right here on The Al Travis Show.
And we do have Spinny and Fetty Bus in today. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Bus, I'll start with you. Is there a better time of the year to do what you and Spinny do for a living? We got the Major League Baseball playoffs going on. Football's going on. Basketball starts in, less than 1 week from today. You're in the midst of basketball or getting started for basketball. Spinny's playing volleyball. Is this not just a great time for sports?
It's always this best time, this couple-week overlap in October where all the sports intersect. It's the best time of the year for sure.
Absolutely. Spinny, how about you? I mean, you're in the thralls. We'll talk about Ole volleyball here. You're in the midst of that, so you have enough going on, but all the other sports are working too.
Yeah, it is fun. It is a fun time of year. It's hard to find enough hours in the day, I will say, but it is fun, that's for sure.
All right. So let's cover a little bit. My favorite lady volleyball team, the Ole's. How you kids doing? Where are we sitting with those girls?
Good, yep. Got a big conference win last Friday against Gustavus. Gustavus's first regular season conference loss since 2021. 1,500 days since they lost a conference game. And the first time the Ole's have beat Gustavus in volleyball since 2012. So nice big win for us last Friday.
I got to think that's, again, you've gotten votes for being ranked. I got to think that helps.
Yeah, I hope so. Gustavus was ranked 20th when we beat them. So hopefully that helps us get in our third ranked win of the season. So it's good. We got 2 more big games this week. We play MAC on Thursday and UW Stout on Friday. So back to work.
Go get them, ladies. Bus, you on the other hand, everything springs eternal this time of year in the basketball world. You're seeing the guys. They're practicing now. What are your thoughts on how the Bethany Vikings are going to do this year?
I think we have a chance to be pretty good. We still have a ton of talent. Brought in a ton of talent, returned a bunch of talent. So it's all about how we mesh together, and that's what we're using this early time of the season to do so. So we are full go now, practicing every day, and excited to see where this season takes us. We don't have a game until the second weekend of November, I believe, so a couple weeks out here.
All right. Let's talk some sports. Major League Baseball, they're in the playoffs. Obviously, postseason is going on. It is the Mariners and the Blue Jays now made it to the League Championship Series. And if I'm not mistaken, because I'm not, it's right there, the Mariners are leading the Blue Jays 2-0. Did you see that going on? And I'll start with you, Spin. Are the Mariners that much better than the Jays, or is it just kind of they've taken home field advantage away?
Yeah, I mean, well, honestly, Al, what this really shows is how bad the Yankees are. Because if the Yankees are getting roasted by the Blue Jays and the Blue Jays are getting roasted by the Mariners, man, that just shows right there how far away they are. Just kidding, but had to take my Yankees roasting time. But it's been good. The Mariners have looked really, really good in these 2 games. Yep. Now, it is baseball, and we kind of saw this in the last round. Like, the Blue Jays will win a couple games and have a comeback, and it'll probably be a good series, I'm guessing. But it has been a crazy hot start for Seattle.
Bus, your thoughts on the Mariners and the Blue Jays? Let's be honest, we're all yelling, go USA, go USA, trying to beat the Canadians. I'm good for that. I'm good with the Mariners.
It would be awesome to see the Mariners finally make a World Series. They've never made one in their franchise history. It's as starving of a fan base as you can find. So it would be fun just to see it from that perspective. But, of course, Jorge Polanco has been a hero for them constantly. Yeah. It's just classic Twins fashion. They get onto a new team and have a playoff run. Great. We saw that with Eddie Rosario back with the Braves a couple years ago when they won it all. So it's just classic Twins fashion here.
Spinny, Buzz, where you guys sit with the enthusiasm for the postseason? I think I was running. I would be much happier, obviously, if the Twins were in it. But the Twins sold themselves out so early on. I catch the headlines. I'm not spending a lot of time watching. where are you guys at? Is it still worth it to you to watch a little baseball?
I've been watching a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
I still love just the vibes of playoff baseball. The fans are always so into it. I still find it pretty fun to watch, so I've been tuning in.
Spinning?
Lots of TV2 baseball for me, so it's on kind of in the background, or like games during the day we'll throw on in our office, just kind of, in the background going on. So lots of like soft watching, I'll call it, from me.
That's fair enough. I mean, I try to pay attention, but it's not. I won't sit down and watch a whole game. Your thoughts on the Dodgers, the Brewers? Dodgers end up taking game 1 against the Brewers there at home, so they sold that game as well. Your guys' thoughts on where that series goes?
I definitely think the Dodgers are going to win this series. Had them winning the World Series going into the playoffs, so I think they're going to take care of business here. I'm just hoping that the Brewers are able to keep it competitive like they did last night. It was a huge pitching battle. I mean, 9 total hits in the game. The Brewers only had 2 hits all game. Blake Snell was just dealing. He only gave up 1 hit in 8 innings at 10 Ks. So I think ultimately, you pay for all that talent on the Dodgers. I just think it's going to be too much for the Brewers in the end.
Where you at that, Spinny?
I mean, I couldn't agree more. I just think the Dodgers are a better team top to bottom. Brewers have been a fun story, but I just think talent for talent-wise, they're going to have a hard time, especially when, that was a game the Brewers needed to win from a pitching perspective. And because if you're going hitting for hitting against the Dodgers, I just have a hard time believing you're going to win. So last night was a big one that they could have stolen, and they couldn't quite make it happen. So I think the Dodgers are going to take it pretty easily, unfortunately.
All right. So you both put the Dodgers into the World Series and the Mariners, if I heard you right. Isn't that the ultimate story that I think Major League Baseball wants? The Dodgers who paid for everything and the Mariners who have never been there. This whole Cinderella story. Can the Mariners make it happen? You wouldn't put $100 that the LA Dodgers would lose, would you? You know what I'm saying? It is the ultimate Cinderella story.
Yeah.
It is the ultimate Cinderella story. Hopefully the Mariners are able to get it done, or even the Blue Jays for that matter. Somebody can take down the Dodgers. I don't even care who it is at this point.
Well, you may want that, but Spinny, can either of those two teams, the Blue Jays or the Mariners, take the Dodgers in a 7-game series?
No, I just really have a hard time believing it. It would take some miracle pitching stuff from either one of those teams in order to stand up against that Dodgers lineup for 7 games.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Especially when Blake Snell, the Dodgers are a different team when Blake Snell's pitching like this. He's been not just last night, the entire playoff run, he's been absolutely dealing, and they have a couple other guys as well. So it's if you're getting that version of Blake Snell and the rest of the pitching rotation from LA plus their lineup, I just have a hard time thinking they're going to lose.
All right, fair enough. We'll talk about it as we go along. That doesn't even start for another 10 days yet, the World Series. Let's do this. Go to break. We'll come back. A lot of firings going on. I want to get your thoughts on that and some NFL, some NHL, and more. It's all coming up right after this with Spinny and Fetty Bus from Hard Headed Sports.
Braver Angels Minnesota is part of a national movement that brings together conservatives, liberals, independents, and others to restore trust, respect, and goodwill in politics. We seek not to eliminate our differences, but rather deal with them head on, with respect and understanding. We do not try to change people's views, but how they view the other side. There will always be differences. Braver Angels Minnesota believes the best way forward is to change how we deal with those differences. Join the civil conversation at mn.braverangels.org.
Achieving your financial goals requires individual planning and a comprehensive approach. At Midwest Money Management, our mission is to provide you with the knowledge, tools, and confidence to feel comfortable financially today and secure about tomorrow. Learn more at MidwestMoneyManagement.com. That's MidwestMoneyManagement.com.
Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through JW Cole Advisors Inc. Midwest Money Management and JW Cole Financial Inc. and JW Cole Advisors Inc. are unaffiliated entities.
talk amongst friends. The Al Travis Show. Nothing but talk.
We've got them, Spinny and Fetty Bus. A couple of college coaches in different sports, football, or basketball and volleyball, but I'm sure they want to be in the same spot. Penn State ends up firing their football coach because he lost 3 games in a row. They're ranked number 2 in the nation. In these 6 games, they've lost 3 in a row. They were willing to pay the guy $49 million to leave. Bus, is that a part of your contract as well? Should you ever leave the Vikings?
Isn't that insane? The money that these D1 programs have
to make a guy leave. This is to fire the guy. I mean, oh my gosh. Anyway,
I saw a tweet that money right there is more than D3 athletics combined has in their budget this year. Yes, for all sports. So that just puts in perspective the money that's coming into these big D1 sports, particularly football, obviously.
And Spinny didn't say anything, so I'm thinking he's saying he does have a bit of that action in his clause as well.
Yeah,
Spinny
mine's $42.5 million actually.
A little embarrassing.
They got to really, I know. It's
volleyball.
Low, so, yeah, exactly.
20,000 a day. It breaks down to James Franklin will make to sit on his couch.
Listen,
good.
You can't lose to UCLA, one of the worst teams in the Big Ten, and then Northwestern, the literal worst team in the Big Ten. You can't lose to those teams 2 weeks in a row as Penn State
UCLA
and not
was
get fired.
0-4.
I mean, like,
okay,
but he just dug his own grave.
But you say that at Penn State you get fired. Tell me this: is the Gophers coach held to the same standards?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Why not? We're a Big Ten team. Why do we not expect the same stuff out of the Gophers
because
as
of
Penn
the
State
recruiting
does?
class.
They build it to that, yes.
Penn State's had 3 or 4 top 10 recruiting classes in their last 5 classes. Gophers
and that happens
had a top 10
because
recruiting class since 1943.
Yeah,
so
okay, and that's back to the coaching, right? You've got to go recruit these kids.
Agreed, but the
agreed.
It's also budget too, NIL budget.
Well, that NIL budget's only come here in the last 2 years or 3 years, whatever that's been.
Yeah.
But my point is Minnesota is going to always be a bottom dweller because we only expect bottom stuff. We don't have that. I don't think you fire a guy for, I mean, he's been there 12 years, for heaven's sakes. You surely don't pay him $50 million to leave. But I think we're okay with if we just make it the Yankee Doodle Bowl. We do that, we'll be fine.
I mean, we 100% are, but that's been the history of the program. Penn State's been a historically significant program throughout their entire history, and we haven't.
Yes, so how do you get there? Isn't the idea to get there? Look at Bus. He's got 3 championships already. He wants number 4. He's got 4 going for 5. You don't stop.
I mean, the idea is getting there, yeah, but if you look around the nation, like, what schools that haven't been historically great football programs are great football programs right now? Like, the only team I can think of where they actually had a turnaround like this was Clemson about 10 years ago with Dabo, where Dabo actually took them from a bottom tier historical program to being good. Like, it's not easy. It's not like there's like 40 guys out there who can make that big a change. There's like 3, and they're already coaching at huge schools.
Another more recent one, Indiana, somehow is now good at football. I never really understood that either, but they just beat Oregon. So Indiana had a crazy turnaround.
My only point is that we expect a lot less here in Minnesota, and we'll just always do that until we expect more. Now, do you fire a coach because he's not going to win the national championship this year? That's a little gaudy to me, especially when you pay for that kind of money. How many kids could go to school at Penn State for $49 million? That's another story. All right. A lot. Let's take a look at the NFL overnight. I first off want to complain a little bit. Why are there 2 Monday Night Football games? Anybody?
Bueller.
Stop
this far into the season. That is kind of weird.
Just stop it. I don't know what they think they're getting. But Chicago did win with a last-minute field goal over Washington. So when you look at the standings, gentlemen, you got to love the NFC North. Every team is 600 or better. Half a game. Green Bay Packers lead right now at 3-1-1, and we're 3-2. How this NFC North is something, is it not? I mean, this is the division to be against. Spinny?
Yeah, we knew that was going on. Sorry, Spinny. Go for it.
No, you're good. Yeah, definitely the NFC North division to beat. There was some smack talk against the NFC North kind of going in this year by a lot of people. Like, the Vikes were going to be bad or the Bears were going to be bad or the Lions were going to be as good as they have been, but we've been nasty, and I think it'll continue to be that way. It's going to be tough, with the Vikes, with the rookie quarterback probably coming back to start next week. It'll be it's going to be some rough sledding, but it's going to be fun.
Well, I think it will, Buzz. You look at this. Every one of these teams, except Chicago, I think Chicago's legit 3-2. I think Minnesota, if they had kept the wheels on, could have been 4-1 pretty easily. Detroit, they're where they should be. Green Bay probably shouldn't have tied that. Even the teams that are there, and as good as we're sitting with these records, all 600 better, they've all let something slip.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Packers should be 5-0. Let's be real.
Yeah.
They lost to the freaking Browns somehow, and then they choked that game away to the Cowboys that ended in a tie. But that actually is going to probably in the long run for them, since they're sitting on top of the division and will continue to get wins. That's probably going to help them out in the long run because they actually have one less win than Detroit, but have a better winning percentage since they have the tie and not 2 losses. So that actually might help them win the division now. And the flip side of things, like a team like Dallas, who's a French team, not going to get as many wins. That tie is going to really hurt them in the long run.
Gotcha.
So.
Sure. So where would he sit? We'll get you back in here on Thursday. But as you look at the next 4 games, I was saying earlier, the next 4 games are going to really be the season. Eagles may not be the Eagles we've been working on. The Chargers don't seem to be the Chargers we think they are. The Lions, it's in a division you got to play, and the Ravens may not. Has that 4-game series gotten easier for us, Spinny? The teams don't seem to be what I thought they were when we got to this part of the season.
A little bit easier maybe, but I kind of hate that we're playing the Eagles off of their bad week loss. I wish we had been their bad week loss, but that's kind of going to be tough. I think they're going to come back hard. The Chargers are good. They've lost to good teams. I think the Chargers are a bona fide playoff team. Great quarterback, great coach. The Ravens, obviously not as good. Their defense is absolutely atrocious, and then Lamar's been missing time. And the Lions is going to be a fun game. So still the toughest part of our schedule. But yes, I am slightly excited. We are a little bit easier during this section than I thought we were going to be. A little bit.
If you can split those games, if you're 5-4, right?
Yeah.
But you're halfway through the season and you've got 5 wins. The rest of it looks easier. You could be a 10-win team. Bus, am I overselling it?
No, you'd want to at least split it for sure. I think that 7th seed of the playoffs for the NFC is probably 9 wins. So that's kind of where you're looking at. You want to get to at least 9 to give yourself an opportunity. But even our 3 games after the Ravens, Bears, Packers, Seahawks, I mean, we have a pretty brutal stretch here.
All right, guys, tell me how to pick up Hard-Headed Sports because we got to fly. I'm out of time.
YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
And I think you're dropping one on Wednesday. Is that what I heard?
Wednesday, it might come out Thursday morning. Either way.
All right, thanks. Spinny and Fetty Bus with Hard-Headed Sports. Pick them up wherever you get your podcasts.